The International Islamic Trade Finance Corporation, ITFC, is the leading provider of the trade solution for IOC member countries' needs. ITFC and the Republic of Senegal have built a close partnership materialized by more than $930 million of financing in favor of the country since 2008. In November 2019, a $1.5 billion cooperation framework agreement was signed for supporting priority sectors of the country. In line with this framework agreement, ITFC approved on December 7, 2020, the renewal of the financing of the Groundnut campaign, granted since several years in Senegal, with the Senegalese National Company of Oilseeds Commercialization, Sonacos, as the executive agency.
Depuis 2013,
Since 2013, ITFC has been keen to support this very important sector for the socio-economic situation of the country. In the line with our strategy to provide integrated trade solutions, we have supported Senegal and Sonacos.
Thus, as part of the 2020-2021 Groundnut campaign, ITFC has made available to Sonacos an envelope of 40 million euros, i.e. approximately 26 billion CFA francs. This funding should enable Sonacos to secure a large stock of groundnuts to be transformed into oil and animal feed.
This year, ITFC has made 40 million euros available to us, and of course, this is an extremely important amount, which should enable us to cover our raw material needs. And as you know, Sonacos is an entity which collects seeds across the country, crushes them to produce oil and oil cake.
The 2020-2021 groundnut season presents a record production estimated at 1.8 million tons of shelled groundnuts. These good results, combined with the increase in the minimum price for producers, should allow farmers to substantially increase their incomes, thus contributing to the achievement of the ITFC's priority objective of improving the socio-economic conditions of the populations of its member countries.
The harvest this year, thanks God, is satisfactory compared to last year. Therefore, we were able to sell our crops at the price set by the government.
We had good rainfall, so the groundnut season is very good. Since 2003, we have been collaborating with Sonacos.
It is important to underline that ITFC funding has enabled Sonacos to increase its collection points, make cash advances to approved traders to facilitate the supply of nuts, and eventually support Sonacos to reach its goals of collecting 250,000 tons of groundnuts for this campaign.
Operators make the approval request on site. They are approved and do their invoicing on the spot. They are paid there 24 hours after delivery.
The producers bring their crops. We weigh them with the scales, and then we deliver them a coupon with which they will then be paid immediately. And now we have started loads for Sonacos.
I received an initial funding of 12 million CFA francs, which are repaid. Two other loans of 12 million CFA francs each were granted to me and paid back. I even have another check that I haven't withdrawn yet. In Louga, the season is going very well. We have around 100 collection points and 75 approved operators. Our receiving target is 15,000 tons of groundnuts. In 3 weeks, we've collected 5,000 tons of groundnuts, which represents 25% of the target achieved.
The cash advances made available for approved traders mainly allowed to stop the practice of unpaid coupons, which previously existed in Senegal.
With ITFC financing, there are no more bad debts or defaulted payments. There's no longer late payments. The collaboration has really grown stronger, and the partnership has become more intense and dynamic.
It should be remembered that ITFC's support for Sonacos is not limited to the purchase of nuts. Indeed, ITFC recently provided to the company technical assistance for the acquisition of equipment that would specifically allow the company to ensure that its peanut oil meets international quality and safety standards. The grant will be also used to train the laboratory staff in the use and maintenance of new equipment and conduct research on the fatty acid composition of edible vegetable oils.
As part of this partnership, we were given a donation to purchase a device, a gas chromatograph, which should allow us to analyze the fatty acid composition of our oils in our industrial unit in Dakar.
Thus, the emphasis is placed by ITFC on the production of added value, in particular by the processing of groundnut products in order to put in place the conditions allowing food security and agricultural economic independence.
In our 57 member countries, we are realizing the importance of agriculture. For us, ITFC, it is really the number one sector that we like to work on. This is because it is the largest employer, not to mention the fact that food security, unfortunately today in 2021, is still a problem for many of our member countries. Indeed, we need more financial means to finance this agricultural sector, to give employment to our young people so that they will no longer put their lives in danger in the Sahara or in the Mediterranean. Today, industrialization is indeed a priority for the African Union.
Ultimately, ITFC has to contribute significantly to the success of the agricultural sector of its member countries and to the increase of their export capacities through the development of industrialization.